tools, you can say, different department, like there is something modeling, there is something texturing, lighting, and so on. So it's all about basic and introduction, so that you people be handy and would be ready next semester to move in around in the Maya comfortably. Because still I feel whenever I sit with someone and usually I'm just checking, so they're still struggling for shortcuts or panning from one port viewport to another viewport. So this is all about that. Okay, so probably the in next semester, hopefully the thing will be repeat for a small period of a month, and expecting you people at least comfortable in navigation of Maya, means at least you know how to create layers and new project, and what about tools, how to shift from different orthographic view to perspective, so and so, which is required for everything. Means you know, if somebody is taking texturing class, you should know where you're supposed to go, whether it's modeling, rigging, or animation, and so on. So that's why things are on the very introductory level. So don't. I'm not expecting very fancy thing out of you, but those who can, it's good. And so today, what I'm going to show you that by referring one movie, though it's very high example, means PKs you can say as a very topmost kind of example, like Transformer. You must have seen. All of you have seen Transformer. So it is kind of that some gadgets moving here and there, and then coming to some place, and one character converted from or morphed from one vehicle to robots, right? So I think it was the moment when I got serious about rigging, because being as an animator, you need not to know everything once you are working in big studio. At the same time, one thing I want to tell you, uh, if you are working for smaller studio or smaller organization, you have to do everything, like your own modeling, texturing, writing, and so on. So, and probably all of you start with that scale only, that entry level, because where rarely it's happened that you directly on animation. It's if your show reel is very demanding and promising, probably you'll get a chance. But otherwise, two segments are there in industry. One is starting level, which is small studio or small kind of thing, and don't take this small word in a negative way. It's a starting journey. Like small steps, and tomorrow you can run. And bigger studios, they are specialized segments department, like animators are doing only animation, modelers are doing only modeling, texture art is doing texturing only, and they are separated in different department, and they are not supposed to focus on other things. That out of personal interest they can do it, but on professional level they are expecting you specialize in that key area only. So being as an animator, I'm just doing as I have been doing only animation, and there's no relevant go to learn about rigging and so and so and so. But nowadays people are expecting a bit rigging knowledge from animator also, so that if small correction is there, a small problem is there, he or she can his own or her own can deal with that. So that's why. But be journalist. My advice: know everything and master someone, whatever you feel comfortable. It could be motion graphic, it could be effects, it could be compositing, it could be character animation or modeling. Like, but modeler generally we expect or industry expect should know texturing and UV, another thing which is directly related to modeling. And by knowing everything, you know that because you are working, let's say you are creating a model, and the same model when you are texturing, you come to know, okay, if my model would be like this, the texturing would be easy. And after doing that, if you go to rigging, you know, okay, the loops or the mesh flow should be like this only, and then it would be easy to rig. So you are learning out of your own errors, what you have done earlier, and you find out it is not good. My loop should be like this. So it's back and forth learning. Okay. So today, what I'm going to cover is a very small part of rigging, that is SDK, set driven key, which is whereas we create some channel input from where you can control the animation. It is, I mean, once I show you how to do it, very basic introduction of set driven key is very important. Uh, so it helps we create channel within the default channel and control things from there itself. So what I'm going to show is very basic example, and you have to just try to find out the way it works, the functionality of the given tool, that is SDK set driven. So let's start, and I think again I'm not able to record it. For example, if I'm taking a box, another, okay, the three boxes you can say, and what I first history, because it's very basic. I need not much subdivision of this, and at the same time freeze transformation. Check it, your channel box. So this is your channel box. It should be neat and clean. So this one and this one. So naming, you have to give name. For example, I'm giving top, some comfortable name, but see on if you are doing one project, definitely you have to give the according to the project. Otherwise, just sake of learning, we are giving some name so that we can. So we have this bottom one, then we have mid one, and then the top one. Okay. Few thing I'm just going to do. Can anyone tell me how to shift this one, the origin point, or is it this one? Anyone can tell?
D.
Sir, D will press.
Okay, fine. So I'm selecting that top one, and it's a random name. There's no fixed rule. So I'm holding the D and moving it this way. So it could be D, or it could be either press insert. Okay. So now this object is the pivot point is here only. Similarly, I hold D and then other way around. And here I'm going for them very whatever is here, and this is here. Now I want to control this object. You can take this example. Let's say it's let me do. Then you can easily connect where you can apply these things. So I need to create a controller, like you have seen the character which I have provided you, that ball with legs. Some controllers are there, that curves are there, right? The same way I can create some controller. So I'm going to create a locator. So this is available under create. Once you create and then locator, so it is there, and wherever you feel that it should be, you just go and do it. Let's see what if I do for modify. So it again become big scale. So give the name, let's say panel control is going to control this panel, right? So I need some channels through which I can control this panel. So let it be selected, go to edit and add attributes. If I click add, so it asks me the name. So I say top. So I by this I know this channel is meant for controlling the top panel. Okay, and this could you can leave when you are going for the advanced rigging or animation. Then you come to know what is the use of these kind of things, the values. So let's keep the float one, and minimum we expecting 1 and maximum 10. This is range we are setting, and then we click OK. So now you can see if I select this one, there's a channel top, right? It's saying it is from 1 to 10. So set I have decided, so it's not go above 10 or not go below the 1. Again I'm selecting and again going edit, add attributes. So this time say middle, and again minimum 1, and then 10. From here, if some properties are there on and off, that then you can do that enum, or you can give some name also, on, off, black, white. That is once we are going advanced one, we'll do it. So you select, this is again 1 and 10, right? So I want this controller should control this one. Okay, so I have to connect some kind of connection over here. So you have to go to under animation, and under key there's a set driven key, right? Under key, set driven key. So I'm setting. So these are the window. So there are two things: load driver, load driven. Driver who leads, who give you direction. Driven who is following. So someone's mic, I think, is not muted and disturbing. Check, take care. All of you, please check that it is muted. Still, I'm getting the sound. Rhythm. Okay. So what I control from here, I said this is going to be my leader, though the word is driver. So I said this is going to be my driver. So I say load a driver, so that it comes panel controller, and you can see that top and middle, the channels are there. At the same time, I'm saying that this is going to be driver driven. So it is click, and you can say top panel is there and the attributes is there. Now what I supposed to, I said the top, if I click top, if I select this one, and if I select this one, I want Z rotation, that blue one, Z rotation. Okay, so it should be rotate Z. So this connection must be there. So if I select this one, top one, and then if I select this one, this panel is there, and this one. So see, the values top one is 1, and on 1 this should be control. So key, right? Then again I'm selecting. What if it is maximum the 10? Then I selected this one. So it is going to be, let's say, minus 180. Then key. So now you can see it is available here, that panel is controlling itself. Okay, one means 0 degree rotation, and one is 10, maximum 180. That you can go beyond like 360 or whatever way. This is just for an example. Same way, again I'm doing load driver, and the middle one driven. So you can see now the top one is the same, but mid one it's changed. Again here I am on to the middle channel should control the rotation of this object. Okay, so you have to go here and key selected, and what if it is 10? Select this one, it is going to be 180. Let's say whether it's working or not. So it's also working. So we're done with this. I minimize it and then close it. So this is the controller from where I can control this. So on frame number 1, I want both are on the very neutral position. Key selected, and just increase to this one. So till 100, I want that top one should open. So you have to control from here only. Top is going to be 180 degree, and then you have to select, key selected. Then somewhere, anywhere, wherever you want, let's say 160. So from here till let's say 60, I want it should be there only. It should not be changed. So again, key selected, and somewhere maybe on 150. Okay. So from there only, I just created with the help of set driven keys. Okay. So this is all about your set driven key. Right, very basic. But let's say if it is a robot, so what would I have done it? I create a group for this, all this controller and this and one controller. So wherever I drag or I move, this controller goes with that, and wherever I want that I want to use this, I can use this. So this is this way. Okay, so I just applied in one kind of rotation. You can apply in many kind of things. At the same time, it's moving that side. That is a bit calculative. You have to plan out first on paper. Okay, by this to this value, it is going to happen. By that value to that value, this is going to happen. So it's very just introductory kind of thing, and hope it is understood by you people. So any question about set driven key?
सर
Yes.
सर जो नीचे कीज वाला है सर वो बता दीजिए आपने सर इसका वो सेट किया ना टाइमलाइन पे
That is roughly. Don't think that it's planned out that 60 randomly. I just take a calculation roughly. So you have to control from here. So frame number one. So whenever you add keep any kind of channel or attribute editor, even if you go to attribute editors, let's say the color of that your texture, you can animate also, right? So anything that value can accept this one, the set key, that is going to be animatable. It could be color, it could be even texture also. Okay. So from let's say once we created two channel, I think this is clear. Adding attributes from here, you can add n numbers, add attributes. And apart from that, let's say if you are working as a rigger, for example, and you want that the person should not touch anything apart from this, for example, this one. So if I go lock and hide selected, so it locked and hide selected. Since it's not visible, obviously the person is not going to do anything. So now this only available for you, right? But it is you have to take very carefully call. Then again, otherwise it takes time to find out it. See, it's difficult to bring it back. Again, we have to go in some connection editor and then find out. So this way you can control being as a rigger. So now because this is only working, so we have done that. And now question comes for keys. So since our starting value is 1 and maximum value is 10, so it only go one within 1 and 2. So for 1 you said that 1 means wherever it is, the rotation value whatever is there, it could be rotation value is 0. So on 1 number it is 0, on 10 number it is 180 degree. So if you just go through this one, so any value means, but it is not going below that 0 and not going above 180, right? So how to set a key? See, if I, this red color means there is a key. If you, whenever you find any color code, knowingly, unknowingly, accidentally, whatever, it means it is getting some kind of input. It's probably accidentally you press something and it gets some input. So it simply says there's an input, means some value has introduced there intentionally or maybe accidentally, you can say. So this top one is there. Whenever you want to set a key, you have to simply go right click any channel and key selected. Only one thing you have to do, key selected, you have to do it. Okay. So wherever I found, okay, let's say for this is a rough, there's no fixed idea that it is about to open till 100, right? See, you can see slightly some action is still here. So I said 100 on frame number 100, it should complete its loop, means it should be to its maximum 10. So when it is 10, right click and set key selected, right? So you can set a key over here. Same way, once I select another second channel, that middle one, so I kept this, okay, till 60. Why I took 60 means there's a space to move it, right? Till 60. For example, if I change to show you this one, for example, so it goes in here and there. I have to set the key. See, now you can see the color difference is pink now. It means not keyed. Can you see now it is coming, penetrating each other, right? It is coming, dissecting each other, you can say. To avoid that, means there must be a room or space. Once it is this position, then only it start. That you have to slowly you'll learn and you'll take a call. Okay, when it should come out, it should means you have to check that this should not be happen, that they are going inside each other. Because if it is a hard surface, hard material, you cannot do like this. In some cases possible, but you have to take a call. Then it is again coming back and then going back. So any other question? How to set a key is clear. Whenever you want to set a key, keys, right click and key selected. And in between also, let's say for 30, since it's not completely red, it means there's no key. You can either select one or both, right click, key selected. So there's a key. If you change any value here, then become a key. So now you can see that animation totally change. So for example, if you are modeling a car and you have to set controller for that, that car is going to be animatable in the any film or project. So for door, for example, doors are there, 4 doors are there. So you can create one this kind of locator. You can give the name doors and add all front left, front right, back left, back right, or even bonnet, or what did that diggy, you can say. I don't know what exactly that. So from here you can control any kind of thing, because this kind of animation, if you go it manually, it takes it is hard to do. It is very much possible, but takes time and it is a bit tedious to, and that's why the software came into existence to make your work easily. It should be easily done. So some tools are like this one. So this is all about set driven key. It's a good thing. You can plan out, like if you are doing, for example, interior. In modeling, you have done that interior. Many of you have shown there's a room and inside there's a furniture. So you plan out your furniture, magical furniture. It is there and it is unfolding. It's folded like a single piece. Now unfolding, it become a table or chair that you can. It would be interesting. I would suggest you try out. One table is there and everything is just like a one single panel, and then you can, once it is unfolding or reopening or opening, it becomes a table that you can try out. Just sake of understand the way it works.
सर वो ड्रिवन की कैसे आएगी?
Okay, 1 minute. So since it's about animation, so you have to go to in animation under key. So under key, this is set driven key.
Okay.
First one you have to select set. So once you click set, that it becomes that window pop up, and you decide the driver and the driven parts.
Okay.
And you can even, let's say, uh, one object's transform movement. You can connect the movement channel to others character scale. Means if it moves, it becomes bigger. For example, if this object moving from A position to B position, so by the time it reach to B position, the second object scale it up, increase its size by this much. So you have to connect those channels. This objects movement y axis movement or translation will control y axis of other control scale. If you select here, it become connected, and you have to set key. If it is moving 10 centimeter, it is going to be double of size, that you have to play it out.
Okay, sir.
Any more?
Sir, not a thought from here, but I want you, if you can just show me how you modeled that bike fuel tank.
Okay, then I have to take this reference image. Roughly, I tell you. Okay.
Yes, sir. The problem is, sir, you use nerves, and I don't know how to use them.
Nerves I did.
Yes, sir.
Many things are there, like nerves, the thing which is coming into my mind. So I'll just show you. If you click this one, it is there. Okay. I'm not directly showing the same what you are expecting, but same way you can do that one. So you can deform whatever way you want. Let's say any deformation. I'm not taking particular one. So I'm duplicating. So from here you can control it if it is overlaps. So whatever you deform, it will take this kind of thing.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Understood.
So it is just the basic. As you modify this from top angle also, that it should get that that flow, and you have to do like that only. For example, if I just go there and scale this way. Okay. One more thing you just remember, nerves is not the final modeling, it's the ease of modeling. But once you are going for next stage, you have to convert your nerves into polygon. Otherwise, texturization would be a bit difficult. So it's initial stage. If it is done, then you have to create. And out. Let's say that fuel tank is there. What if I use this technique? What if I use another technique, and so and so and so? So other way probably which is coming into my mind, uh, to pretend from front, but the top one, the top image means you're clicking your bike's fuel tank from top, bird eye view, and then probably you go to curve tool, makes it reset. Right. Okay, so this way you also create. What you have to do from this way, from side or top, if you look at this, you have to create like this, then you have to deform it. Right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Try out all the methods and don't restrict to one, means what if this way or that way. So one, you would be in the stage that you can filter out your approach. Okay, this is not my work of doing my workflow. You can drop that technique or way of doing, and okay, this is giving me a better result, follow that.
सर मेरी की सेट नहीं हो रही सर, मूव ही नहीं कर रहा वो।
किस में?
सर वही की सेट करना था ना ड्रिबल वाले में।
स्क्रीन शेयर कर दो इफ पॉसिबल।
दिख रहा है सर?
क्या प्रॉब्लम?
इसमें क्या करना है?
देखो तुमने अभी इसमें कोई की नहीं लगाया, क्योंकि जो नीचे P3 है ना, इसका
हाँ।
कोई चैनल सेलेक्ट नहीं है ना।
ओके, तो करना कैसे?
रोटेट Z को, SD के विंडो में रोटेट Z को सेलेक्ट करो, देन क्लिक द की बटन, नीचे जो की आ रहा है, ठीक है। फिर से ये जो प्लस साइन है इसको बनाओ, दोबारा क्लिक करो, लोकेटर को हाँ इसको क्लिक करो। अब जैसे सपोज टॉप को सेलेक्ट करो, चैनल में जाके, चैनल में चैनल बॉक्स, दिस इज नॉट सेट ड्रिवन, चैनल बॉक्स ये है ना। अब इस पे इसकी वैल्यू 10 कर दो, ठीक है। अब जिस पैनल को सेलेक्ट करो, मॉडल को, इसकी वैल्यू कितनी करनी है, जी पे देख लो, चैनल में, हाँ कोई भी दे दो, 180 20 जो भी देना, ठीक है। की को क्लिक कर दो, इसको मिनिमाइज करो, सेट ड्रिवन की को, है ना। अब उसको जाके टॉप को क्लिक करो, टॉप है ना, टॉप पी क्यूब में नहीं जाना, ये लोकेटर को सेलेक्ट करो, लोकेटर को सेलेक्ट करो तुमने किस में, हाँ। अब वो टॉप वाले पे अपना जहां लिखा हुआ है ना उस पे बटन रखो, वहां पर नहीं, जो टॉप पे रखो, टॉप पे अपने माउस का बटन टॉप से जो लिखा हुआ है ना टेक्स्ट, उसको सेलेक्ट करो, हाँ। और मिडल माउस से स्क्रीन में आके ना और व्यू पोर्ट में आके लेफ्ट एंड राइट करो, स्क्रीन में आओ, स्क्रीन में लेफ्ट एंड राइट करो, हो रहा है?
हाँ सही, थैंक यू सर।
Okay, hope my screen is again visible to you, and this is Maya and 2020. Very first of all, one information: never jump on the very latest version because many times it is in trial. Some bugs would be there, then you have to face a problem like many times. So just anyone confirm that it is visible, so I can start.
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, so this is your Maya with viewport, and what are the things we can do in within Maya? So this is the menu. So it's cover modeling, rigging, animation, effects, rendering, and customize. Forget about customize, that is another thing. And effects we are not covering here. It's very high-end thing, so we'll cover when you finish your initial stage of VFX. Apart from them, either in the running mode or in coming semester and next coming 2 semester, you are encountering these 2 things, that is modeling, rigging, animation, and rendering throughout. So from here, if you are in modeling, let's say if it is modeling, so you can, apart from some common, few things is very much centralized or related to modeling menu only. Second, rigging, if you are doing rigging, so you can see few options, few windows has changed, so it is meant for only rigging. Skeleton, skin, deform, constraint, control, cache, R-node, and so on. Same with animation, slightly changed here. And if you go to rendering, then few things are changed. Okay. So whenever you are coming, you have to take care that if you are working in modeling, so you have to be there. Otherwise, you'll miss the required menu or tools. So we are starting with modeling. So it's all about modeling. So let's understand what exactly modeling. It's a digital sculpting, you can say, not exactly sculpting, because like there are 2 software, ZBrush, Mudbox, and many renowned software where you can just play like a clay. It's a digital clay, so not that much freedom is there. That is very high mesh. You can go wherever you want. You can pinch, push, create any kind of form. But here you have to find out, and you have to keep control on your mesh, because if it is too dense, it would be very control the modeling process. So modeling generally in the earlier version of Maya, you can find 3 kind of modeling is directly visible on your screen. One is NURBS modeling, the another one is subdivision, and Polygon. So Polygon is more in fashion, you can say. So even though if you are working NURBS, because of ease, that something is creating very easily, but you have to convert into Polygon. And sometimes it is time taking, that once you convert, then you have to correct your loops or the mesh flow, because sometimes it creates high density in one portion of your model, and some it's something which is not uniform. It has to be uniform for that. So NURBS modeling is non-uniform rational B-spline. One technical word is there. We should not go much deeper in that. So whenever you are clicking after modeling curves and surfaces, that is mostly related to NURBS and then poly. Earlier I have seen that subdivision is also there, but now it is, you can say that intermediate kind of thing, which is 50% of having the feature of NURBS and 50% of Polygon, you can say so. Right? And these are the toolbox. Otherwise the technical word is shelf, but it is toolbox. Okay. So it is ready to use. Otherwise, my advice, always create your tools, like you can create this way, and I'm going to work with this. After some year of experience, you are in the position to select, okay, these many tools I'm going to use, and you can keep those tools over there rather than just shuffling here again and again and again. Simply it is available with this one, that you can simply sit and find out, okay, these are my tools, I'm going to use this. That's it. Okay. And few tools are there. So mostly you use this one. For that, let's create something. So like it is 3D software, so you can say 3 axes are there, X, Y, Z. Okay, so red one is X, green is going to be your Y, and blue is going to be your Z. Okay, so whenever you move your head left to right, it is all about X axis, left to right, and whenever you move your head up and down, that is Y axis, and apart from that, the depth is Z axis. Okay, so these are the viewport. This is top, this is front. Again, it is front. It should be your right view, right? And this is the perspective. So we call it orthographic and perspective, right? So if you are doing anything and you are considering it, so make sure front reference or front side should be in the front only, and side should be side only, and top obviously it is going to be top, and then perspective. So even today I accidentally many times it is there my front in model is in side and side in so you, when you shuffle, so slightly you get confused. So make sure that if your model's front side should be in the front, side should be in the side only. So these are the viewport. So wherever you like spacebar. So my cursor is in perspective. So if I press spacebar, it switching from perspective to orthographic perspective. Or if I go here, space bar, then here, here, right? So this way you can navigate, or otherwise this one perspective. I'm holding again. So space bar and left side mouse button. So top view, perspective, right, and some between also you can see that, which is earlier it was not available. Slowly you will be habitual of doing this thing. At the same time, there's a value. This is channel box. So it says what should I say? Coordinates of your geometry is where exactly it is there in the this world axis. So this is your environment. So if I go and do it this one, so this is origin point where exactly all object created 0.000 other apart from scale, because scale must be there. If you keep 0, it is disappear. Either it should be in the minus or plus, but it should be there. So this is channel box, and you if you move, this is the way. And you can increase or decrease the size of manipulator by plus or minus key. If I minus, it is become smaller. If it is plus, okay. So sometime you find that it is not visible, then you just try out minus or plus. Okay. If it is 2 plus, so it is like this. So minus it. Okay. And this is your this one. Few things are there. If I press 1, nothing happened. I press 2, nothing happened. But it is like this. So this is your, when I'm pressing 2, so inner structure is your sub D mode, and the wire one is your polygon. It's showing both thing. It's showing you sub D, that without this it is going to be look like this if you are working in sub D mode or sub D model, or otherwise the actual form is like this. So you if you press 1, you are coming back to this one. 1, then 2, then 3. 3 means it's all about sub D model. It's not showing that gauge. 4 is wireframe. So wireframe means only wire, or that you can say structure is available, no mesh is available. Then 5 is the shaded mode. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you want to see the texture, then you have to press 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And just next to this channel box, there's a history over there. Now you can increase or decrease your poly count. Either you can directly go for all the three, or you can go one by one from here also. So mostly go for subdivisions. So what I'm doing, whenever in channel, you select the text and scroll this your middle mouse left to right only. So it will increase or decrease. And you can, if you are sure, initially if you have a rough idea that these many loops or these many portion I need, faces or vertices and so and so. Now one more thing, this polygon, this is sake of discussion, sake of understanding, I'm saying there's no fixed terminology for that. So this is exterior part, or you can say the superficial thing of your geometry or mesh. If you go inside, right click, so it is made out of edge, vertices, faces. Edge, vertices, faces. So if I click edge, so the name itself says that edge, the edges. So these are edges. If I right click, go back to vertices, so these point are vertices. If I go back and face, so these are the faces. So polygon is, you can say, basically combination of this thing. And apart from that, vertex faces is there. I haven't used, and it's rarely used, but sometimes you can use to find out whether it's a quad or a triangle. So if you want to come back, then simply go and object mode. Right? Sometimes these icons are available. From here also you can go. But handy is control from here only. So I'm keeping my cursor and right click of my mouse. These options are available. So you can go, if you want to manipulate with edge, go to edge, face or vertices. So based on vertices, you can deform it. Like let's say, okay, two kind of things selection way of doing. One, you click, right? If you click, you can see it is the vertex which I clicked. But in the same way, if you drag and selection, see, and it may change, select whatever comes under that selection. So you have to be very careful what kind of selection you want, order of selection that you have to take care. Means you are working here in, let's say, in front wheel. You want to click only this, then simply click, or if you doing like this, so you can see accidentally you selected the backside also. So you have to be very sure what way you want to select it. You can move or scale these things. For example, so shortcut keys you have to constantly use Q, W, E, R. Okay, so Q, that means you are coming out of selection. No manipulator or no gizmo is selected. If you press W, so it says you are now into translate. Translate means this is translate means you can just move all the axis. So this is the movement, right? And if you press E, so it's all about rotation, means you are controlling these three. So you can rotate. And R means for scaling, so you can scale either in the direction way or uniform also. So whenever you're doing anything from uniform, let's say if I'm selecting from this one, so I can move in anywhere, it's a uniform one. But if I go, so it's only Z axis, X, then Y. Now if I hold Alt, I'm holding Alt key and left side mouse button, so this is going to be happen. Alt and left side mouse button. This is middle scroll button. Okay, simply pan, and this is zoom in, zoom out, right side. Or even for scrolling, mouse scroll, you can zoom in, zoom out. But if you want control zoom in, zoom out, then Alt and this one, right side mouse button. Right? View navigation. Then we have layer system. So you can keep this object in layer so that separately you can work. If there are n number of geometry there, then you can one by one, means without disturbing other, you can individually work very peacefully. So these are the few things. So going back again. So this is the queue. I'm going to use one more tool, that is this one, insert edge loop. So probably it is this is available with mesh tool. So many time what happened that these many years experience also tools shuffle here and it is from Autodesk every year. It's totally Autodesk choice whether it wants to continue the same user interface or sometime it inter-exchange also. Like earlier, there was no rigging tab is there. It's within animation, no rigging separate is available, no FX is separately available. But now they are customized and as per the maybe the feedback is study and so and so. Okay, so insert edge loop too, and whenever you are going to tools, so your dotted line, if you click, so you can split that window separately. It is become independent. So tools are there, and one more thing you can see that one box is created in front of that. So if I just simply click, so my tool is activated, or if I go here, so it asks me the setting, what kind of setting you want. So generally, it would be advised whenever you are starting something, reset your tools, right? So if you go, so it is all about the setting for that particular tool. You can particularly set that those tools there. So this is here already I kept in my tray. So how to keep that? Simply whatever tool you want. For example, this one, you have to shift and control hold and click it. So it comes here. Okay. If you click this box, again it looks like same. But if you once you click, that window would open. If you click, then immediately the tool is activated. Both are looking in the very same way, but once you click, it directly not go to the activation of the tool, but give you the options. So even once you are into this tool, make sure you're coming back. So either you press Q, so you are in the normal mode, or then go with this one. Otherwise, that tool would be there active, and you in the trouble that why the object is not moving. So I'm just duplicating it. This one. Control D is the similar like animate CC. Same tool is there. So if you select duplicate, it is duplicated over here. Okay, so what I'm doing, going to select this one and pressing 2. So both are looking identically, right? So to sake of your understanding, I'm adding some loops. One. So I just added one loop. So you can see immediately the model has changed its shape or form, right? It is actually a box. Now, once I add it in sub-D mode, without any loop, it is just like a sphere. The moment I add it, it becomes like this. Okay. So by adding loops, it becomes this one. Okay. And one more in differentiate I want to show you. So I'm going back, open new one, then again box, and Control D. So I'm going to add loops from front first using the same tool. It is means how near to edges. So if I click here, I'm taking more time, more distance, right? And here you can say much far away, almost here. So this is very close, then slightly far away, more far away, farthest away. Then again pressing, coming back to tool, object mode, pressing 2. So you can see the same thing done. I just added the loops, but if it is nearby, so it is giving you this kind of formation, and if it is far away, so it is giving you, you can see that from front, it is more curved as compared to this one. Another example, go to edge, double this. So you can see the difference of this. Hope it is clear, this tool. If you add loops in which place, it also decide the formation of your object. Second thing, and today I'm covering Polygon, and now I'll afterward, if time allows, before attendance. So if I select face, so there's a tool Extrude, this one. Okay, probably it is available somewhere here only. So it is there with it added mesh Extrude. So it is I think most usable or talked about tools, you can say. What if I go to face, select this one and click this tool Extrude, then it gives me this kind of thing, display also. Okay, so we'll go in the next stage more about this. The only thing, make sure the key face together must be on. So if I move it, so it is giving me more geometry, right? And if I press G for good, so it repeats the last tool. Not only about movement, if I go and scale it, so you can see that it is developing on the new geometry. Then again I'm pressing G and move tool, so it become like this. Then again G, and this time let's say scale it up. Then G, then G. So this kind of geometry I can develop by extruding the face. Then go back to your this one object mode. Now this is the time of edge. So I select probably which edge. Let's say this, and holding shift, this one. So whenever you are doing any kind of selection, so if you select by holding shift, you are adding that selection, adding to selection. If you holding control, you are minusing removing anything from selection. Let's say if I hold minus and then click out of my selection. At the same time, if I'm holding shift and clicking this, so it is adding to my selection. And again, you have to go to this extrude. Okay, so then again, if you want to move, press W. So you'll get to new geometry for this. Again G and then G and move to. Okay, so this way you can develop the geometry. What if I just select and press 2? So this is going to be your formation. That object become like this way. To add this one. Taking other form. At the same time, you can see that history is collecting. The whatever we are doing, it is get registered over here. So when you are done with everything, okay, I am done, and now no more is required. Then you have to delete the history before going to the next stage. So this is all about very initial level of Polygon. So even many things you can create in different way. Okay, let's go for one more example. It allows. So I'm using create polygon tool. It is the tool is not relevant with you for right now. I just want to tell you the extrude about extrude only. Okay. So hope this is kind of a eye shape. I'm going to edge, double click, so it is there. Right? It's just a flat kind of thing. Now I'm extruding. So I extrude. And at the same time scaling. Again selecting the edge, extrude. So this way you can create things. So either you can go this way. This is bit initial level. I would say you go for box modeling. Box modeling means you create from box and then adding loops, adding faces, adding. Once you are confidence and experience enough that how many loops you require for any kind of model, you can start with this also. So I'm using that again. Then extrude. So this gives you some basic thing. Now it's totally up to you. This is not exactly 100% way of doing head model, but this way also you can do, like eyes you can create, and then you have to connect. You have to merge the vertices. You have to merge the this one and thing. So just explore means how to create extrude edges, faces, and what are the possibilities of creating new things out of that. And try and do some experiment. You'll get some better idea also. Okay, so though I did not start it with nubs, let's go for with Polygon, and then nubs definitely I'm going to tell you coming next class. Even we can utilize, let's say, wherever we have finished our syllabus, like script writing or wherever. So if time allows, then we can go for there also, kind of revision class. Any question? ओवरलैप मतलब क्या, मैं समझा नहीं, थोड़ा क्लियरली बता. हम्म. मैं अभी भी आइडिया नहीं ले पा रहा हूँ क्या क्वेश्चन क्या है, थोड़ा और एलोबरेट कर. हम्म. 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 मेरे ख्याल से तू अगर वो मॉडल रेडी खुलेगा तो मैं समझ पाऊंगा एग्जैक्टली. अगर स्क्रीन शेयर करना है तो कर दे, बता दे. मैं एग्जैक्टली अभी भी वो प्रॉब्लम समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ. शेयर कर ले.
सर
हाँ अंशु.
सर एक बार ड्राइवर का बताइए सर, ड्राइवर वो जो था.
अच्छा एक बार कौशलेश का, कौशलेश टाइम लगेगा तो मैं बता देता हूँ, अगर इमीडिएट शेयर. ठीक है चल. अंशु स्क्रीन दिख रहा है ना.
यस सर दिखा.
एनिमेशन में जाना है अपने को, देन की में जाना है और सेट ड्रिवन की लेना है, तो इसको अपन ट्रे में डाल देते हैं. अब यहाँ पर आ गया. ठीक है, यहाँ से हम इसको खोल सकते हैं. तो ठीक है, मैं ये बॉक्स लिया, उसको डुप्लीकेट किया. दूसरा बता रहा हूँ, सिर्फ कॉन्सेप्ट समझ लेना. सुबह जो बताया था.
यस सर, सिर्फ कॉन्सेप्ट बता दीजिए बाकी.
ठीक है, तो ये यहाँ पर है. लेट्स ट्राई, जो मैंने बताया था स्केलिंग वाला वर्क करता है. इसका ये नाम रख देते हैं बॉक्स वन. नाम है वैसे भी, क्योंकि क्यूब वन है और ये क्यूब टू है. ठीक है, तो ये बॉस होगा वन, और टू उसको फॉलो करेगा, उसकी वजह से रिएक्ट करेगा. तो इसमें जाते हैं हम लोग. ये वाला इसको लोड एज ए ड्राइवर करते हैं, तो यहाँ ये हो गया, और इसको लोड करते हैं एज ए ड्रिवन, मतलब ये फॉलो करेगा। अब इसके इसमें जाते हैं। अभी मैं वो जो सुबह बताया था ना कि उसका जो अलग से बटन, वो नहीं बता रहा हूँ मैं, विद इन ऑब्जेक्ट बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है। यहाँ बढ़ाना चाह रहा हूँ, जब ये इसके नज़दीक आ जाए, ये ऐसे इसके नज़दीक जाए तो माइनस जी में जाएगा, ठीक है। तो इसका जी है, ट्रांसलेट जी जो है इसके वाई एक्सिस में, ये ऊपर की तरफ स्केल हो, तो स्केल वाई में ले लेते हैं, तो ये इसका फर्स्ट की हो जाएगा, ठीक है, कि भाई इससे ये काम करेंगे। अच्छा, इससे पहले मुझे उसको वो करना पड़ेगा, तो उसका हिस्ट्री डिलीट करनी पड़ेगी। ये ड्राइवर, देन ड्रिवन, इसका जी एक्सिस ट्रांसलेट जी जो है वो कनेक्ट होगा वाई स्केल, तो स्केल वाई, ये हो गया। इसको ले लें इसको, create, ये हो गया 3 2 और क्रिएट लोकेटर, नाम नहीं दे रहा हूँ, इसका लोकेटर वन नाम होगा, ठीक है। सपोज मुझे इसको ओपन करना है इधर से, इसमें एट्रीब्यूट ऐड करना है, तो एडिट, ऐड एट्रीब्यूट, नाम दे दो, क्या नाम है इसका, किससे करना है, 3, ये लिमिट सेट करते हैं, इससे वो नहीं है, 100 भी कर लो, जितना भी कर लो, 110, कई लोग तो 1 और 2 में भी कर सकते हैं, नहीं भी करोगे तो भी चलेगा, ठीक है। इसको लोड कर लो और इसको ये फॉलोअर को लोड कर लो। इसका जो है टॉप वाला इसको रोटेट रोटेशन। अभी अगर इसकी वैल्यू 10 हो जाती है तो इसका ठीक है, एक का बता रहा हूँ, बाकी तो करेंगे। उसके बाद अब इसको की कैसे करेंगे, तो हमें फ्रेम नंबर 1 पे जाना है और अभी मैं सब इसी पे करूँगा, मिड पे नहीं करूँगा, तो मिड को मैंने ऐड नहीं किया है। सेलेक्ट करने का जब ये आता है इसको राइट क्लिक, की सेलेक्टेड, सो ये की हो गया। तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि ये जब पूरा जब खुले 100 फ्रेम पे खुले, 100 फ्रेम पे जाने के बाद मैं इसको पूरा खोलता हूँ, देन की सेलेक्टेड, तो ये तुम्हारा एनिमेशन हो जाएगा। ठीक है अंशुल?
यस सर।
ये भी कर सकते हो कि सपोज तुम्हें ये लगे कि नहीं यार ये 50 पे है ना, 50 पे कम खुले, इतना ना खुल जाए, जितना तुम्हारे एनिमेशन के हिसाब से अगर इसकी रिक्वायरमेंट है तो उसको तुम कम कर सकते हो कि नहीं ये इतना नहीं, इतना ही खुले। तो फिर वहां जाके तुम की सेलेक्ट कर दो, तो वो ठीक है, यहाँ पर ये इतना ही खुल रहा है, ये ज्यादा खुल रहा है। ठीक है,
यस सर।
हाँ कौशलेश
यस सर। यस सर।
शेयर कर दो।
तो श्योर है।
हाँ स्क्रीन शो हो रहा है, आप बताओ, जूम आउट करो थोड़ा। हाँ आप बताओ।
सर जैसे एग्जांपल के लिए मैंने एक ऐसे मॉडल लिया है,
हम्म।
यहाँ पे जैसे ओवरलैप कर रहा है सर यहाँ पे इस पाइप में, तो ये कैसे फिक्स होगा?
नहीं ये थोड़ा दिखाओ, ये क्या है, ये क्या बना रहे हो तुम, पहले दिखाओ।
सर ये पुराना ही है, पहले मॉडल किया था तो इसमें थोड़ा दिक्कत आ रहा था, तो मैंने दोबारा बाद में मॉडल किया था वो, तो ये
तो ये
पुराना
जो
वाला है।
पाइप जो दिखा रहे हो उसको क्लिक करो, ये इंडिपेंडेंट है, ठीक है, और उसके बाजू वाली
यस
चीजें।
सर ये कनेक्ट है ये।
हाँ तो उसको टच कर रहे हो, दूर दूर कर दो।
सर ये ऐसे ओवरलैप फिक्स नहीं होगा?
नहीं एक होता है वो मैं नाम भूल रहा हूँ, वो करने से ज्योमेट्री डिस्टर्ब होती है। एक होता है कि हम मॉडल में पीस पीस सार, जैसे सपोज एक टेबल है, ठीक है, टेबल है, उसका एक टॉप है और उसके 4 पैर है, ठीक है।
यस सर।
तो उसको मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ कि मैं दिखाता हूँ, स्क्रीन ऑफ करो,
ओके।
शेयर करना बंद करो, मैं शेयर करता हूँ। अब टेबल जैसे उस पहले फर्नीचर मैंने बताया था कि कैसे बनाना है, कि सपोज
सर स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं है आपका?
शेयर नहीं हुआ है। अच्छा एक मिनट, आधा डिसाइड है कि भाई एक टॉप होगा और एक उसके 4 पैर हो, ये एक मेरा कॉल है। तो मैं इसको कैसे बनाऊंगा, एक तो ये रहेगा, इसको कंट्रोल डी करके साइड में रख लेता हूँ, ये लिया, और इसको मैं सरफेस बनाना है, इसका टॉप बनाना है, ठीक है। इसमें मैं देख लूंगा कि इसका हाइट विड्थ क्या चाहिए मुझे, जैसे सपोज ये चाहिए मुझे टेबल का, फॉर एग्जाम्पल। तो सपोज मैंने यहाँ रखा और इसको क्या किया, वर्टेक्सेस में जाके इसको सेलेक्ट करके इसके बराबर कर दिया, प्रेस F तो जूम करके देख सकते हो। थोड़ा सा चला, कोई बात नहीं, मोड में वापस गया, तो जहां मुझे रखना मैंने रख लिया। डी करके मैं इसको इधर ले आता हूँ, कंट्रोल डी करता हूँ दोनों को, तो ये इधर ले आता हूँ। ठीक है, कोई फ्रीज ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, ताकि इसकी ये एक्चुअल वैल्यू स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट्स हो जाएगा, और फिर इसको एडिट डिलीट बाय टाइप सेलेक्ट करके कंबाइन कर देते हैं। ठीक है, अब ये ऑब्जेक्ट हो गया। अब इसको मैं यहाँ रख देता हूँ और एक और एक लेता हूँ, फिर इसको अब दूसरे तरीके से करते हैं। अब मैं इसमें से एक्सट्रूड वाले मेथड से करता हूँ, तो मैं इसमें एक लूप डालना पड़ेगा मुझे। कई बार क्या होता है ना, जैसे तुम्हें लूप्स को देखना हो, ये शेडिंग में जाके ना इसको वो कर लो, शेडेड मोड, वायर फ्रॉम ऑन शेडेड, वायर फ्रेम ऑन शेडेड। ये शेडिंग में जाना है, सेलेक्ट करके शेडिंग वायर फ्रॉम, ये वायर फ्रेम। ठीक है, तो प्रेस फेस ले लेता हूँ, ये वाला, ये वाला, ये वाला, एक्सट्रूड कर देता हूँ। ठीक है, हमारा ये बन रहा है। मुझे इसको कंबाइन करने की जरूरत नहीं है। अब तुम्हें वो डिसाइड करना है कि मुझे जब तुम्हारे बाइक में जो ओवरलैप हो रहा है वो इस वाले मेथड से बनाना है, और लेकिन अगर या इस वाले मेथड से।
सो दोनों शेप्स ही अलग अलग हैं, तो उसको फिर मेरे को चेंज करना पड़ेगा। एक सिलेंडर है और एक हमारा क्यूब है।
नहीं, वो तो तुम्हें, जैसे तुम नर्व्स में बनाए ना सारे के सारे।
नहीं सर, नर्व्स में नहीं है, पॉली में है।
हाँ, तो तुम इसको जब रखोगे ना उसको, तो उसको जैसे सपोज इसको अब मुझे इस टेबल को इस टेबल के ऊपर रखना है, इसके ऊपर। ठीक है, तो मैं इसको सब जगह से देखूंगा ना कि ये, जैसे यहाँ से मैं अल्ट पकड़ के भी ये यहाँ टच होना चाहिए, है ना? तुम्हें वो करना पड़ेगा आई बॉलिंग की, वो ऐसा ना हो।
ओके सर।
ओके, एक होता है, लेकिन वो तुम्हें अभी जैसे ज्योमेट्री में है ना, मैं उसका नाम भूलूं, उससे वो माइनस प्लस कर देता है कि दोनों के बचे हुए इसमें से निकाल देगा, एक को जोड़ जोड़ देगा। पर जो
बोलिंग्स में सर, बोलिंग्स में।
काइंड ऑफ, यस, तो उसको अभी मत यूज करो।
ओके सर।
एक बार ट्राई करके देखना, उसमें देखना ज्योमेट्री का क्या हाल होता है।
हाँ सर, ट्राई किया था, काफी सारे फेसेस आ गए थे, तो उनको फिर डिलीट मारने में काफी दिक्कत हो रहा था मेरे को।
follow करिए। या तो तुम्हें इस तरह से करना है कि एक ही मैश से निकाल निकाल के करना है, तो अलग चीज हो जाएगी, और एक ये है कि तुम ला के रखोगे तो तुम्हें तो आई बॉलिंग करनी पड़ेगी कि कहाँ रखना है, कैसे रखना है।
तो सर मान लीजिए अगर हम किसी चीज को ऐसे एनिमेट करते हैं तो ओवरलैप हो रहा है, तो सर एनिमेट करते वक्त तो फिर वो मॉडल मतलब थोड़ा खराब लगेगा दिखने में।
हाँ, तो वो वही होता है कि जब तुम्हें रिगिंग सीखोगे ना, तो रिगिंग के समय तुम्हें पता चलेगा, मतलब सपोज अभी मॉडलिंग कर रहे हो तो तुम्हें आइडिया नहीं कि रिगिंग कैसे करनी है, रिगिंग क्या होती है, उसके क्या रूल्स होते हैं। तो अभी तुम सिर्फ मॉडल में फोकस करके बनाओगे, इसी मॉडल को रिगिंग सीखने के बाद तुम करोगे ना, तुम्हें अपने आप ही मॉडल में गलतियां दिखेगी कि यार ये होने से मेरी रिगिंग में ये प्रॉब्लम आएगी।
यस सर।
वो मैं हमेशा बोल रहा था बैक एंड फोर्थ, मतलब आपको जैसे जीरो होता है ना, जीरो और 360 डिग्री एक ही जगह होता है, जीरो से घूम के गए फिर 360 आ गए, लेकिन वो है तो एक ही पोजीशन।
यस सर।
वही तुम्हें लर्निंग है कि तुमने जीरो से शुरू किया, दोबारा उसी पे आए, तो फिर तुम्हें शुरू में कोई नॉलेज नहीं है तो जीरो पोजीशन है, और जब वापस उस पे आ रहे हो तो 360 में तुम्हारे पास नॉलेज है। और तुम फिर जब जर्नी करोगे तो उस समय मॉडल दोबारा बनाओगे तो तुम्हें पता है कि नहीं यार, रिगिंग में अगर ये लूप यहाँ होगा तो प्रॉब्लम देगा।
तो सर अगर कोई हम अगर वो क्या बोलते हैं हाउस मॉडल करते हैं तो सर उसमें डोर या विंडोज अगर हम कुछ ऐसा बनाते हैं तो उसके लिए भी हमें फिर ऐसे ही क्या बोलते हैं एज लूप यूज करना पड़ेगा?
देखो ये कहना है, इसमें जनरली क्या होता है, दो तरह की मॉडलिंग होती है, हाई पॉली और लो पॉली होता है, राइट। तो लो पॉली है ना, थोड़ा सोच के कंट्रोल करके करना होता है। हाई पॉली के आपने लो पॉली बनाया, उसके मैशेज बढ़ा दो तो हाई पॉली में चला जाएगा, ठीक है। तो उसको कम से कम करना चाहिए। अब जैसे ये इसमें मैश कम है, ठीक है, तो अगर इसका मुझे देखना पड़ेगा डिस्प्ले में, किसमें होता है इसका काउंट देता है, जैसे ये ना पॉली काउंट, तो इसमें ये दिख रहा है वैल्यूज,
यस सर।
ये इसकी, और इसको देखना, यहाँ फर्क आ रहा है, ये कम है,
यस
देखो
सर।
यहाँ ये ज्यादा है। तो ये कई बार क्या होता है, सपोज मॉडलिंग, अगर तुम मॉडलर बन रहे हो और तुम्हारा अगर तुमने ये डिसाइड किया कि मैं मुझे मॉडलिंग में जाना है, तो मतलब मूवी के लिए भी, टीवी सीरीज के लिए भी हो सकता है, गेम के लिए भी हो सकता है, ठीक है। तो गेम के समय तुम्हें लो रखना होता है क्योंकि इंजन उसको कम से कम रखना चाहिए। इवन मूवी में भी अगर कम रखो तो बढ़िया है, पर उसमें ये होता है कि नहीं यार वो उसमें जो लुक एंड फील एकदम रियलिस्टिक आना है तो तुम्हें फिर मैश बढ़ाने होते हैं। जैसे क्या होता है कि कई बार हम जी ब्रश होता है ना, जी ब्रश में जब
यस
मॉडल
सर।
करते हैं वो बहुत हाई मैश होता है, ठीक है। तो उसको यहाँ लाके उसके ऊपर हम क्या करते हैं, रीटोपोलॉजी करते हैं, मतलब उसी टोपोलॉजी के ऊपर मिनिमम मैश फिर से बनाते हैं, जिसमें माया में एक अभी नया टूल आया है। पहले एक अलग से सॉफ्टवेयर होता था टोपोगन, अभी शायद माया ने ना अपना कुछ ऐड किया है, वार्ड बोल के है ना। तो वो एक मिनट होल्ड करना। सो इस वजह से तो मैं ना वो, मतलब मेरा ये है कि इसको जरूरत हो तब ऐड करो, नहीं तो अदरवाइज जो पॉलीगॉन इसमें यहीं से हम उसका लूप्स पहले से ही काफी रख सकते हैं, है कि नहीं,
ओके सर।
है ना। और दूसरा मैं तुम्हें डेमो एक करके दिखा देता हूँ, स्क्रीन शेयर हो रहा है ना मेरा।
हाँ सर हो रहा है।
जैसे अगर ये है, ये बॉक्स है, ठीक है, दो तीन बॉक्स पे करके दिखा देगा। इस पे हम थोड़ा सा काउंट ले लेते हैं, थोड़ा सा, बहुत मिनिमम, इतना ले लिया, ठीक है। फिर और एक बॉक्स बनाता हूँ मैं, उससे थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा ले लिया, ठीक है। अब तुम देखो काम करते समय तुम्हें कितने ज़्यादा इजी रहेगा। अगर मुझे इसका शेप चेंज करना है, ठीक है, सेम चीज़ मैं इसमें नहीं कर पाऊंगा। देखो कितना है इसमें कंट्रोल।
यस सर।
तो शुरू से धीरे धीरे जरूरत के साथ, मतलब एक बार होगा कि तुम्हें एक्सपीरियंस हो जाएगा ज़्यादा काम कर करके रिपीटेडली कि हाँ मुझे इतने मैच चाहिए, तो तुम कर लोगे, दैट इज अनदर थिंग। अब जैसे इसमें क्या है, इसमें तो ऑलरेडी है, अब मुझे क्या करना होगा, इसको जाके अननेसेसरी चीज को डिलीट करना होगा, यहाँ पर मुझे ऐड करना होगा। ठीक है? मैं इसको इस तरह से इजीली कंट्रोल करूंगा, तो इसलिए मतलब धीरे धीरे जरूरत हो तो ऐड करते जाना चाहिए। ठीक है, प्लान करो कि कैसे मुझे उसको रखना है वैसे। और दूसरा चीज है कि नेचुरली वो क्या है, जैसे मैंने तुम्हें वो बेंड डिफॉर्मर बताया था, बेंड डिफॉर्मर,
यस सर।
तो तुम उसमें ना बेंड, छोटे से पीस में बेंड डिफॉर्मर करके उसको बेंड कर सकते हो जितना रिक्वायर्ड है।